Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. We just talked to Sir Capon and gave him his family heirloom back. A necklace that I believe he said his grandmother gave him. In the last episode, he wants us to take that necklace and a letter, which we have not read yet, and stuff it in someone's trunk. A lady, I believe. There's Sir Capon's family necklace. I'm looking for the letter just so we can actually read it. I'm not sure if we can or not. Let's see. Quest items. Nope. Quest items. Letter from Vranek. That's not it. A sealed love letter. I believe this is it here. A carefully sealed letter for the butcher's daughter, Carolina. If it were to fall into the wrong hands, it could prove a little embarrassing for Sir Hans. I do wish we could read that letter, but I guess we cannot. Alright, so where do we need to take this letter to? It appears this away. Hope all you guys are doing good today. It's, things are looking a little better around here, at least. You know, things are quieting down. It's been a rough last couple months with this virus that's going around. It's still kind of rough for some people. But it does look like things are looking a tad bit better, so that's good. Making me feel good, since basically all my vacations I had planned for this year got canceled because of it. But hopefully most of that stuff can be rescheduled. So let's see, the butcher's daughter is in the butcher, obviously. Let's go in here and see what we can find out. Oh, they're closed. Well,
show me what you've got concealed.
I don't have anything concealed.
Are you deaf?
No. What?
What's going on?
Such are my orders.
Do you really want to search? Do you really want to search me? How about I pay you instead? I don't even know how much money I have. Let's see, let's go, don't bother me with this. Actually, yeah, don't bother me with this.
I'm here on important business, and you're gonna hold me up with some bloody inspection.
Well, if that's the way it is, go ahead then.
That's the way it is. Get out of my face. I don't know why he came up to me. I didn't realize that I had a bounty in Rattay, but okay. Oh shoot, now I'm in a private area.
You.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I said sorry. What time is it? Oh dang, it says it's almost nighttime. I didn't realize it was so late. Marana?
Good health to you.
Good health to you too. How's life in Rattay? Well, she's living in the freaking dirt, Henry. What do you think? How do you think life is in Rattay?
God be
I mean,
with
really. Okay, well, let's go find a place to sleep for the night. And then we'll come back and... Actually, you know what? We may be better off waiting till night, sneaking around. Anybody see me?
Is something the matter?
Oh!
Hmm?
Hello? Shop guard.
Hey!
Hey there. Nothing. Well, they definitely know I'm going in there. I was trying to get up. Oh, are you open? Nope, you're not open. Crap, man. Would you get out of my way, old lady? Trying to figure out a way to get into this shop. I don't know if we can actually get into it or not without getting caught. That's the problem. It's hard because usually... Crap, man. Okay, she doesn't care, obviously. We're going to go ahead and save right here because I don't want to... If we even have any savior snops left. I don't want to, we may not have any, actually. Doesn't look like we do. That's not good. I don't want to get caught and have to do all this over again. Wonder if this guy's open. Yeah, he is. Good. Let me buy some Savior Schnapps from you.
Good day.
Good day to you as well. Let's talk trade. I need some Savior Schnapps, please. How many do you actually have? You've got 5. Let's buy 3 of them. $418. Jeez. I've got 1.3 thousand. I don't really have that much money. Alright. We'll haggle that. Maybe we can get back down to about 3.
Can we do something about the price?
Probably. Let's try for 350. I think 3 is way too low of an offer.
What about this?
That's not
And
enough.
of course it's not, but I bet you'll take 355.
Aye, that would do
See?
it.
That's I've noticed that. Like no matter what you select, they'll if you go up or down just one, they almost always go for it. Almost always. Alright, can we pick this without anybody seeing us? Actually, I'm gonna try to sneak on in here. God dang it, there's somebody right there too. Son of a gun. Why is this a private area? Like, since when was this a private area?
Is that some new kind of game?
Yes. Oh, it's the butcher. Well. See if we can sneak up here. Actually, you know what? I never saved it. Let me do that real fast. Did it save? Oh, I think I've frozen. There it goes. Okay, I think it's saved. I'm not 100% sure where this chest is, but I think it's right there in front of us, actually. Somebody's coming. Okay, I think we've done it, guys. Yes, that wasn't so bad. Alright, so now we need to wait till morning. So let's go up here and find some place to sleep. Which I think we can sleep at the tavern up here. Won't cost us too much, but we'll find a place to sleep. And then talk to Sir Hans in the morning. Let's see, where's the tavern person? Alehouse maid, there he is. Innkeeper. I'd like to rent a
God's
room,
blessings.
sir. You don't rent me a room. Well, that's not good.
God be with you.
Yeah, God be with you too. Why can I not rent a room from you? Have I rented a room so much that I just own one now? I mean, that could be a possibility. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but we'll see. I assume this probably is his bed. Well, let's sleep there anyways. You know what? Let's see what happens. Well, we got a whole night's sleep there, which is fascinating. I'm really surprised that somebody didn't wake us up and get onto us sleeping in their bed. Let's go talk to Sir Hans. He's not here, obviously. We gotta go find him. It looks like he's gonna be probably down here somewhere. Oh, there he is, right there.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Yeah, I haven't fed you in a while, have I? Sir Hans? I did what you asked.
Greetings. What do you need?
Well, I have news about Carolina.
I delivered the things as you asked.
I already know. My spies told me everything. She was wearing the necklace this morning, as I asked in the letter.
So you'll go to the rendezvous with her?
Certainly not. I'm not going to pounce on her like a bull in rutting season. Her feelings must be allowed to mature gradually. Meanwhile, you'll get a potion for me.
I thought you didn't
Okay.
believe in witches' brews.
This is no witch's brew. It's an absolutely tried and tested elixir called Musk of Infinite Allure. There's a fellow in Sasau who sells it, and he guarantees its success.
Oh man, I gotta go to
Musk
Sasau
of
now.
Infinite Allure? Sounds irresistible. Alright, I'll try and get it for you.
I'm sure I can rely on you. Here's some coin for your costs.
Yeah, you can rely on me.
God be with you.
425 groschen for that. Wow, that is a expensive perfume. Eau de toilette. I'm gonna eat some of this food real fast. I've noticed the longer I've played this game, the longer it takes to load things. I have a really, really good PC. It shouldn't take long at all to load stuff like this. So I don't know what's going on. I hope it doesn't. I don't know. All right, so let's fast travel to Sasau. I'm not gonna ride there. That would be crazy. Oh, it's in Leticheco. So he's not actually in Sasau. He's in Leticheco. That's good. That's a little closer. Man, I'll tell you what. There is nothing better than putting like a Coca-Cola in the freezer for like 15 minutes and letting it get little ice crystals in it and then drinking it. I don't know why, but it's delicious. It's like so much better that way. Alright, oh, here he is. We may have already bought this potion from this guy. You remember this guy?
Problems with stomach ulcers? Buy my potions made from magical herbs plucked from the flanks of Mount Olympus.
So this is the Charlatan that we bought the unicorn powder from a while back. And I did some quests for him, but I lost all that whole video I did. But he had us go around getting all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Let's see if he's got this potion or if I've already bought it.
Who have we here?
Ah, the prodigal son returns. I knew you'd come back to me one day.
Let me guess. You saw it in a dream?
I knew you were going to say that.
But I had a divine revelation. That next time I won't be around to pull you out of the shit.
Oh, well, I am sorry. But these things are sent to try our fortitude in the face of adversity.
I'd like to try your fortitude.
I would like the Musk of Infinite Allure.
I've heard you know of some irresistibility potion or whatever it is.
Ah, naturally, Musk of Infinite Allure. An age-old recipe, maybe even older. Tested by Moses himself.
By Moses?
Moses?
How do you think he managed to get his people to follow him through the desert for 40 years? It's extremely potent.
Yeah, so it would seem. How much do you want for it?
Who do you take me for? The wisdom of the ancients isn't something that's bought and sold in the marketplace. Did Jesus charge for his miracles? But since you ask, how about this much?
This guy's a nut. $2,000? That's too much, man. You're crazy. No, that's too much.
What? That much? You're a crook.
As King Solomon said, honesty is for those who can afford it. If you like, I can mix the elixir for you in exchange for a small favor.
Oh, not again.
Now, is that any tone to use with your master?
Yeah,
For
you're not my
shame.
master.
Apologies, master. I was carried away by my thirst for knowledge.
I understand your impatience, but the way to wisdom is narrow and arduous.
And leads out the window.
Oh, man. I gotta do this again. What do you need help with?
So what is it you want from me now?
Ah, my dear apprentice, everything's gone to the devil. I'm living from hand to mouth, sleeping on straw, and the local peasants won't buy from me. They say they don't trust me, as if I were some kind of charlatan. Can you believe it? Does this look to you like the face of a swindler? I'm an honest trader in sacred goods, whose only concern is the welfare of troubled souls.
Right, you're a real Christian.
A regular good Samaritan.
And any time now the slanderous gossip will spread here from Sassau. I should leave before things get worse. But I can't go anywhere until I've made a bit of coin. So what's needed is to give the locals a bit of encouragement, to open their hearts and purses.
Oh, sure. A bit of beating is what they need.
Sure. Kick him onto the path of righteousness.
What do you take me for? I wouldn't hurt a fly. Violence is for the dull-witted. We must gently demonstrate to them the necessity of buying my remedies. For example, to ward off a revenant.
Revenant? What revenant?
The dead, returned from the grave. A corpse that the soul is unable to depart from, which wanders among the living, filled with rage at its wretched fate.
Yeah, I saw something like that once. But it was just some drunk going home from the tavern after losing all his money at dice.
Don't make light of such things. Now tell me, do you know how to deal with a revenant?
Chop off its head and sprinkle holy water on it. Set it on fire. A wooden stake, the heart, silver arrow through, sprinkling poppy seeds on a grave. Garlic.
Sprinkling poppy seeds on the grave?
Well, that works for mares, but it would probably only provoke a revenant.
Of course.
You are my trained apprentice, but the ignorant villager is entirely at a loss how to deal with such dark forces. It is our sacred duty to prepare them for such threats.
And how do you propose to do that?
Well, they're all doubting Thomases. They need proof. We'll need a grave, an empty grave that we can use. There's one along the way to Sassau, but it's got one minor shortcoming.
What's that?
Well, it's not entirely empty.
Not entirely? What does that mean?
You have to dig it up first.
Oh, well, okay. Why this particular grave?
Why this particular grave?
The locals don't like to talk about it, so it's surely got some sinister past behind it. And in places like that, revenants sprout up like mushrooms after rain.
Well, if that's how it is, we could open old wounds. That could easily set people against us. Again.
Then it would be best if no one could connect us to it, wouldn't it?
It's a sin.
But that's a sin.
Refusing to help the needy is also a sin. I haven't had a decent meal for 40 days and 40 nights.
My conscience is clear where your stomach is concerned. Disturbing a grave is a grave sin.
The grave is not in hallowed ground, so that's hardly worth one Lord's prayer in penance. I asked a priest once, just out of curiosity.
Oh, man, that's outrageous.
I'll have nothing to do with it. Give the job to someone
no,
with
I
no
wanna do it, I
human
wanna do it.
decency.
But you're my one and only apprentice.
I want to do it.
Greetings.
Oh, about this revenant.
What's this about the revenant,
Okay, let's get through this all
I
again.
knew...
I'll need a spade.
I'll need a spade, then.
Yes, dig it up and remove the remains, leaving no trace.
Of course.
And what am I to do with the remains?
Keep them. Human remains are always handy to have around.
Great. And how do we spread the word of this revenant?
There's a gossip in every village. Here too, a woman who'll spread news quicker than a dozen messengers on the fastest steeds.
What should I say to her?
And what am I to tell this gossip?
All you have to do is casually mention the empty grave, and before evening, I'll wager the whole village will know about it.
Where does this woman live?
The last house on the left, on the road to Sassau. She was the first person I met here, and by the time I reached the village green, I already had a mob looking suspiciously at me. The rumor-mongering fishwife.
And that's all?
Not quite. You should ask her who was buried there. So we've got a story to work with.
So, dig up the grave, talk to the gossip.
And the remains. Don't forget to remove them. Otherwise, no one will believe in the Revenant.
I might have known any task for Capon would turn into some insane escapade. Grave robbing. Jesus.
I mean, we've done...
Luck then.
God, this dog. We've done a lot of grave robbing over the years. Or over the... however long this has been. Okay, so where exactly is this grave? It's on the road to Sasau, he says. Hopefully not too far away. Oh yeah, it's not far away at all, actually. It's right down here. So we can just go right down through there ourselves. Elmer?
Problems with stomach ulcers?
Elmer,
Buy my
you're a
potions
magical
herbs
horse.
plucked from the flanks of
Lord,
Mount
shut up. Both of y'all.
Olympus.
The dog and the dang charlatan.
Yeah.
Can I go through here? This is someone's garden. Lord have mercy, these dogs. What in the world? God, this place drives me crazy living here.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big dog person. I'm a dog tolerator. I should say I'm an animal tolerator. Don't get me wrong, I like them alright. Just, they're just not for me. Always jumping on you and wanting to lick you and all kinds of showing. They show too much love, you know. If I get love and I want it to be from a person, not an animal. I will say though, animals do cheer you up when you're feeling low, so that's nice. Or they can. Alright, so this is right around here somewhere. Just casually stroll along and see if we can find it. Hopefully we have an actual shovel. I'm assuming it's up here on top of this hill. It'd be kind of a weird place for it, but this looks like steps almost. Ooh, a nest. Definitely need to shoot that down. There it is, on top of the hill. What an interesting place to have a grave. It's got to have some type of meaning to it, right? Which he did say that it had some type of significance. Real fast before we continue. Let's see what's in here. Oh shoot, where'd it roll to? Well, crap. I already lost it. Couldn't have went far. Dang it. Oh well. Maybe I'll stumble back on it later on. Alright, here we go. Let's see what's in here. Oh, there is definitely remains in here. Oh, I've got a... Oh, jeez. I'm not sure what to think about this. I'm gonna put them on the horse because I don't know. Did I get everything? Yeah. I don't know exactly what. I don't want to get. Well, I about said pulled over. There's the nest. Silver ring, take it. I don't want to get told by a guard. You know, like I don't want him to see that we have this stuff on us. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Just in case. So I'm just gonna move that stuff to the horse, unless I can't. I might not be able to at all. Would it be under quest items? Yeah, but I won't be able to. Nope, I can't. Alright, well. Let's head back. Go talk to this lady. Yeah, this grave definitely has, it's definitely interesting because it's up on top of a hill, which is just fascinating in itself. Has some type of importance to it, I believe. Come on, get over the fence.
Yeah.
Where's the actual road into town at? That's it. What?
You won't get away with this.
Where'd he go? Oh, we're overloaded, so we can't actually run.
Who is it?
What the hell was that?
Oh shoot! Now don't try to fight me now. Oh, it's just this guy. Okay. There we go. Nice.
My carrots and radishes are coming along nicely.
I'm not gonna kill him, but I am gonna loot him. You don't really have anything.
You showed him.
I know.
Thank you. That thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these
I know
days.
people are crazy.
And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks for the 4 groschen. Appreciate it.
Shame. Like trees like that.
Jeez, have mercy. All right, here's the lady. Let's just sit on down right here beside of her. Oh, Henry, don't stare at her cleavage while you sit down, you crazy thing.
God be with you, good wife. Has something happened here?
Heavens no. It's quiet here, unlike some other
I know.
places.
And what about that empty grave?
What empty grave would that be now?
The one beyond the village, alongside the road to Sasau. Just by the river, on the Pine Headland.
How would you know it's empty, unless it was dug up?
Oh, it's dug up, all right. Freshly. And empty. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Lord in heaven, what in the name of...
How come it's not in hallowed ground, anyway? Only unrepentant sinners are buried like that. Usually.
I don't like to say. It's an old wound that's best forgotten.
Whose grave is it?
Well, once a long time ago there was a young charcoal burner living here with his wife. There was always a lot of charcoal burners here, but this fellow worked alone. That's not an easy job for one man.
Well, no one wanted to work with him, or what?
Oh, he was a hard-headed fellow who always wanted to take care of his family himself.
Ambitious, was he?
Well, I can understand that. It's always better to work for yourself than break your back for someone else.
His wife was expecting, though no one knew it yet. And he wasn't doing well at all. Soon enough they had nothing to eat. And so he took to thieving.
Stealing is wrong.
Well, thieving is wrong.
Aye, but when there's a child on the way and your wife hasn't the strength to get out of bed for the hunger, well, you ought to think differently.
And did he get caught?
Well, at first it was just a few eggs going missing from people's hen coops. But then it was anything that wasn't nailed down. And in the end, they caught him.
And I suppose he was harshly punished for it.
Even then he didn't let on why he was doing it. They whipped the skin off his back and banished him from Ledetchko.
So justice was done then?
It wasn't enough for some folk. When the butcher found out he'd never get any compensation, he wanted them to chop off the charcoal burner's hands. If the bailiff hadn't talked sense into him, he'd have done it himself with his cleaver.
Well, he got off lightly enough then.
And in the end, he got what was coming to him, and more.
The butcher caught up with him.
No, no. It was the mills of God turning slowly but surely. His wife bled to death in childbirth, and the child died with her.
Oh, wow. That's very sad.
I'm sorry to hear that. But at least he knew they were gone to a better place.
True, lad.
Nothing could have been done to save them.
There was no one there. He had no one who would care for his wife. They say on that day, he parted ways with God forever. And he turned his back on the village too. I reckon he never forgave himself. Nor us, either.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. But how did he end up?
Don't ask me that, lad. I beg you.
Come on now, tell me.
Come now, good wife. You can't leave the story unfinished.
I said no. Will you let it lie?
I want to know. Dang. Alright. That sucks. I want to know what happened. Alright, well, let's go talk to this fella up here again. Oh, man, I need to get rid of these bones. Oh, these dogs, man. Jeez. Shut up. Hush. Eh.
Hosts baked in the temple of Jerusalem.
Alright. Did what you asked. The tragic fate of the charcoal burner.
I know who was buried in that grave. A young charcoal burner.
So begins the tragic tale of the young charcoal burner who became entangled with the devil himself.
Oh, don't start. What devil? I'm trying to tell you. Ugh. He was from Ledechko. He was trying to eke out a living for himself and his wife, but he couldn't manage. When she fell pregnant, he took to stealing.
Pride drove him from the straight and narrow path, and soon he sold his soul to the devil to fill his stomach.
They caught him and punished him, but some of the people he'd robbed didn't think it was enough. Then when his wife died in childbirth, and the child too, he blamed everyone for it. Even God, apparently.
But when the time came to pay his debt to hell, the devil had no use for his soul, and took his wife and child instead. The charcoal burner cursed God, who struck him down in righteous vengeance. But the dead man's soul never left his body. He came back as a revenant to vent his rage at God and men and take vengeance on the living.
Jesus, did you listen to what I said at all?
Sorry, did you say something?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, never mind.
I like this guy. He's awesome.
What do you want me to do with it?
Well, the question is, what would the revenant do to get revenge on the villagers? Well, apprentice?
The butcher.
The gossip mentioned the butcher. It seems he was infuriated that the charcoal burner's punishment was too lenient.
And the revenant spoiled their meat with his malign touch.
How's that?
Spoiled meat is a classic example of a revenant's power.
I thought it was the work of bad butchers.
That too, sometimes.
So, I should switch the good meat for bad at the butcher's. What about the butcher woman?
What about her?
Her conscience was troubled on account of her man, and she couldn't sleep. But I helped her, so she's found some peace.
So, no problem then.
What? I'm supposed to scare the wits out of her and start all over again?
All right, if you can find some other solution, you don't have to switch the meat. But I wouldn't worry about her. But make sure it's the same kind of meat. Not even a revenant will turn a cow into a chicken.
Yeah, he stole food.
He was stealing food from people, right? So, supposing he started again.
We should steal from people? Disgraceful. Have you no shame?
Guy.
Maybe just a few eggs from hen coops, like the gossip mentioned.
Well, that wouldn't be too serious a sin. Will they put it down to the revenant, though?
They would, if I put some charcoal there instead.
And their nourishment he turned into ash.
His wife died.
What about his wife and child? No doubt he'd want to avenge their death.
Well, how did they die?
In childbirth.
And when his love turned to rage, the water turned to blood. Nothing too original, but it's tried and tested. If you do it at the baths, everyone will hear of it.
How am I supposed to do that? It might be a bit suspicious if I'm seen walking around with a pail of blood.
No problem. There's a certain potion that will do the trick easily.
He cursed God. That's very serious.
What is it that most brings God to mind?
They don't have a church there. But everyone will have a rosary. I can't think of anything else.
That's it! If folks start losing their rosaries, they'll have sleepless nights over it.
You want me to steal rosaries? But that's...
Or just exchange them.
For what?
For nothing.
Great.
So, switch eggs for charcoal, switch the meat, color the water in the baths, and switch the rosaries. That ought to do it. I hope so. Of course, if you come up with anything else, don't let me hold you back. Talking to people might give you ideas. Traders, the bailiff.
Well, what if someone sees me in the act?
They mustn't. Otherwise, it'll end up like Sasau all over again. Don't draw attention to yourself, or they'll put two and two together.
Sure. I'll keep my head down. And how would I know if I've succeeded? I doubt it'll be announced on the market square.
I'll be the first to know. They'll come running to me for a remedy, like hens at feeding time. Off you go and raise hell.
But whatever he did, don't you think he deserves some peace?
Dear Henry, after all the poor wretch went through, I'd say he's beyond any peace.
Well, he certainly won't have any as long as I'm carrying his bones around with me.
Ah, but you know who those remains could help.
Help? Who? How?
Me, of course. And I'd pay you a nice price for a revenant's bones.
But there is no revenant.
Not yet. What do you say?
Why not? I'll sell them.
All right. I'll sell them to you.
Splendid.
150. Jeez, no, you're going to give me at least 200 for these bones. Actually, you're probably not going to. How about 175?
What about this?
You won't convince me with that.
Okay, how about 170? See, I'm telling you, it works every time. See?
Revenant bones. They'll be very useful indeed. Take care.
Okay, well, this is going to be a pretty long ordeal, I think. God, we're still over encumbered for some reason. I was hoping that once we got rid of all these bones, we wouldn't be, but we are. Why are we over encumbered? I've got bandits here on me for some reason. What kind of food do we have? Still got powdered unicorn horn. Oh, we need to sell some of this stuff. Alright, well, we'll go buy a trader. That's not a trader there. Where's a trader?
Wine squeezed from grapes.
Man, lots of things to do here.
From a rose bush.
Here's the trader up here. Let me go buy the traders real fast and sell some of the stuff that I have on me. I won't be able to sell much of it because I bet they won't have any money. But they may have a little bit.
God save you.
How much has he got?
What can I do for you?
He looks different than most of the characters you see. He's got 1,000, so yeah, we can sell him something. Why do we even... Oh, that's his stuff. Right. He only pays that much for that, and it's worth like 2 grand. Okay, whatever. Sell you that. I'm going to sell you these slippers. I'll sell you these hunter's gloves. Oh, we got 4 of those. We'll sell all 4 of them. Necklace. Padded black coif. Got 2 of those. Sell both of those. Noble shoes will sell. Sell that. Sell that. Sell that. I think that'll do it. That'll give us a little extra money there. Get rid of some of this stuff
Can we do something about the price?
Well,
give me 1,010 for it.
see now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Huh, how do we manage that? He only had $1,000. Okay, well, whatever. Let's start this mess. This is going to be a fairly long series of missions here, I guess. So, butcher's meat. Said something about replacing the bad meat with the good. I don't think we have any bad meat, which is a problem. We'll have to examine.
Lamb. And I'll need lots of it if I'm to switch it all. Just lamb now.
Alright, so we need 25 pieces of lamb, which is going to be... It's not going to be easy to come by. Can we buy 25 pieces of lamb from her? And then let it spoil and then replace
Christ,
it?
Your clothes.
Jeez, lady.
Were you assaulted? Damn bandits. May they burn in
I
hell.
know, exactly. She actually likes me.
Good luck then.
Lamb, 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 lamb. She doesn't have any lamb. Is mutton lamb? Fine smoked bacon, filling and pleasant. Oh, okay. I see what I was doing. Fine quality mutton from Bohemian curly-haired sheep, raised in open pens and guarded by... Yeah, so mutton's lamb. Well, let's buy 25 of those. I don't know if this will actually work or not. And we will pay for that, and we'll just let it spoil. Huh. Okay, let's see. We've got 25 pieces, so will it let us go ahead and replace it now? So yeah, the lamb's not spoiled, so we have to wait until it spoils. Let's at least wait till it spoils. Nope, get back out. I think it might actually let us go ahead and replace it if we wanted to, but we're not. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till it spoils. It won't take too long. Actually, it may be spoiled already. Let's look at it just see. It shouldn't be, but it might be. No, it's definitely not yet. Okay, so we got the lamb. Let's see, you need to go over here. We got to go to the bathhouse. I apologize for the sound of my voice like moving a little bit because I've got the way I've got the mic positioned. It's hard to speak directly into it and play at the same time. Forgot to move it before I started. Let's see. Let's go over here to B. I think B must be the bathhouse. Yep. We got to put coloring into the water, I believe.
To fill up the big trough with water and sit in it looking at her miserable face. So stop moaning and do what you're paid for.
You want something from me, do you?
Who's there?
Wow. I will take...
Hey! What are you gaping at? Have
what
you
do
paid? No? Then get lost.
Wow, okay.
What is it you want here?
Well, I
What
want
are
to,
you staring at? The baths are for paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
Jeez, this guy. Holy
You've
crap.
no business here.
Clear off.
Alright, can somebody...
Left it a bit late, didn't you?
Well, I want to talk to someone so I can go ahead and get a bath.
Hurry.
I don't see anyone to
What are
actually
you
talk to. That guy's an a-hole, man.
Not idlers with nothing better to do.
Who's this guy?
Aye.
Show yourself. You want something from me, do you?
Yeah, but I can't actually talk to you. All I can do is pickpocket you.
Has something happened?
Who's there?
Alright, maybe I need to talk to her.
Who are you?
No? God, them dogs, man. Him?
Aye.
Nope. I don't understand why I can't actually talk to anyone.
Now, no staring at my breasts. Unless you're willing to pay. And then you can even touch them.
Look here, if I didn't care about the view while bathing, I'd get my old woman to fill up the big trough with water and sit in it looking at her miserable face. So stop moaning and do what you're paid for.
Golly, that guy, man. That guy is... I don't even know. Is there someone standing out here? Yeah, I don't know where the bathhouse people are. So what exactly am I supposed to do? Replace the butcher's fresh meat with rotten meat. Find out what kind of meat the butcher has stored. Replace the eggs in the chicken coops with charcoal. I didn't do that yet. I gotta get some charcoal, I guess. Color the water in the baths. Brew the potion to color the water. Steal rosaries. Brew the potion to color the water. How am I supposed to do that? Brew the potion to color the water. Well, I need to find a brew stand then. I don't know if there's one around here. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you there's not one around here. Well, let's go, where's the closest charcoal burners at? There's a brewery potion thing up there. That might be charcoal burners there. Kind of looking around to see if there's any that we know of that are close by. Yeah, that's probably charcoal burners there. Well, let's head up here to this place first. I'm gonna talk to this guy and just see if he has the potion on him. That potion for turning water into blood.
What's the recipe for that potion
there we
you're
go.
talking about?
We need that.
You mean for coloring the water? Ah, well...
Well?
Pay close attention now.
Okay.
I'm all ears.
How love turned to bloodshed. Once there was a knight who, though upright and noble-looking, had a prickly, unapproachable appearance. He fell in love with a fragile young maid, whom he saw with her sisters in a field, all wearing bright red wimples. But he was afraid his prickly exterior would frighten her. So he asked the advice of another knight, a pious and learned crusader, who carried the name of the patron saint of his order with pride. The pious knight told him he would arrange a rendezvous with the maid. All three would drink wine together by the river, and he would help his friend to get acquainted with her. This they did, but the maid fell in love instead with the pious knight. The stern knight was enraged and challenged his rival to a duel. The two fought long and fiercely, but they were equally matched. And so, in the end, they both fell mortally wounded, anguished at the tragedy her beauty had caused. The young maid took a dagger from one of the knights and plunged it into her own heart. Their bodies lay together on the ground, and the blood flowed from them into the river, turning the waters crimson.
I thought you were going to tell me the recipe, not some fable.
It is the recipe. I mean, the recipe is concealed in the story.
What on earth for?
So I don't forget it.
All right. So what does it mean?
I can't remember.
Oh, jeez, have mercy.
Right. So if you don't know, who does?
You'll figure it out, my loyal apprentice. I remember there are 3 plants in the story, but that's about all. But I know it was a simple recipe. It should be enough to grind the ingredients and brew them together for one turn. So, all you have to do is work out what the ingredients are from story.
Sure. Why make things simple if you can complicate them?
Oh, jeez. I have to listen to the story again because I wasn't even thinking. About that recipe.
About that recipe?
Yes, you want to buy it?
$2,000? No, I'm not gonna buy it.
What's the recipe for that potion you...
Pay close attention.
I'm all ears.
How once there was a knight who, though upright, and he fell in love with a fragile young maid, whom he saw with her
Okay, so
sisters
bright red
in the
flowers,
field. But he
thistle.
was afraid his prickly exterior would frighten her. So he asked the advice of another knight. The pious knight told him he would arrange a rendezvous with the maid. All three would drink wine together by the river. And this they did. But the maid fell in love instead with the pious knight. The stern knight was enraged and challenged his rival, anguished at the tragedy her beauty had caused. The young maid took a dagger. Their bodies lay together on the ground.
Okay, so we've got the two we know for sure. Like each person represents a plant. The maid is representing the red flowers. I can't remember the name of them. The knight's the one I don't understand. The other person's representing a thistle. But I don't know what the knight would be. Poppy is one. And thistle's another. But I don't know what the other one would be. And I don't want to spend a ton of time trying to figure it out. I'm going to listen to it one more time. See if I can figure it out here.
What's the recipe?
Let's
Pick
see.
closer.
I'm all ear.
How once
Thistle.
there was a knight who, though upright and noble looking, he fell in love with a fragile young maid, whom he saw with her sisters in a field.
Okay.
But he was afraid his prickly exterior would frighten her. So he asked the advice of another knight, a pious and learned crusader, who carried the name of the patron saint of his order.
St. John's
Yes.
Wort.
This ain't
Got it. St. John's Wort. That's it.
See you later.
Okay, and he said to for grind them up and for only one turn. I think's what he said. All right, let's go up here to the lady.
Yeah.
And see if we can make this potion. Whoa, slow down, because you will hit your head on that and fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have everything we need.
Yeah.
It should be right here somewhere. Oh, come on. Right up there. Oh, right there it is. Right there beside me. Can't miss it. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna use your thing, ma'am. Dang it. Do I boil it in water? I don't know. That's one thing I did not think about. Well, let's go ahead and grind up what we need here. We'll try boiling it in water. Inventory. We need St. John's Wort. I gotta get some stuff from the horse. Let's see, we gotta have nettle, not nettle, thistle. Thistle. St. John's Wort and poppy. Poppy, St. John's Wort, thistle. Water. I really love the way this potion thing works in this game. It's really, really cool. Let's go ahead and grind all these up. What do I use to grind it? I guess I just, yep, just like this. There we go. Put that in there. Alright, next would be St. John's Wort. Grind it up. St. John's Wort might not be the right one, but I think it is. I really don't want to pay $2 grand for the actual recipe. And one more thistle. And grind that up. And then boil for 1 turn. Let's see, bellows, let's get it to a boil. Put the hourglass. Boil it until it's done. Alright, that should have done it right there. Let's see. Potion brewing has failed. All ingredients are lost. Okay, I guess maybe that wasn't the right one. Dang it. Well, crap. What else could it be? Could be herb Paris. Nettle, maybe? God, St. John's Wort just sounds like it's what it's supposed to be. Well, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll have to figure out what that's going to be later, because this episode's running really long as well. And when we come back, we'll try to get all this stuff done. I do apologize for ending it right here. I didn't want to, but we just don't have time to finish all of these, I don't think. It's going to take another hour or so. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and telling your friends. That would help me out a ton, and I will talk to you later on. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.